Soren and the Golden Key of Yes. Soren was a boy with a mind like a whirlwind. He loved to run, jump, and build tall towers of blocks that reached for the ceiling. But sometimes, when he walked through the big oak doors of his school, his whirlwind turned into a prickly storm. Every time a teacher asked him to do something, Soren felt a no bubbling up in his throat, ready to pop out like a noisy firecracker. In the morning, Mrs. Quill asked the class to open their math books. "It's time to count our stars," she said with a kind, patient smile. But Soren didn't want to count stars. He wanted to draw fire-breathing dragons. "No, that's boring," he shouted, crossing his arms tight. The more he argued, the more the classroom felt cold and gray, and the stars on the page seemed to dim. Later, it was time to visit Mr. Echo. Mr. Echo was Soren's special guide who helped him find calm when things felt too loud or too fast. "Let's try this puzzle together, Soren," Mr. Echo suggested. But Soren pushed the pieces away. "I want the blue ones first." "Your way is wrong." He spent so much time arguing about the colors that the time for the game ticked away, leaving the puzzle unfinished. By lunchtime, Soren felt heavy and tired. The storm of grumbles was following him everywhere he went. Because he had spent his whole morning arguing, he had to stay inside to finish his work while the other children played. He looked out the window and saw the swings moving back and forth, empty and sad. Arguing hadn't made him feel strong. It had only made him feel lonely. Mrs. Quill walked over and sat in a chair next to him. She didn't look angry. She looked like she wanted to share a very important secret. "Soren," she whispered, "did you know that my words are like a map? When you argue with the map, you get lost in the prickly brambles. But when you follow it, we find the way to the hidden garden together." Mr. Echo joined them, carrying a small, shimmering object that pulsed with light. "And I have the golden key," he said, holding up a bright, glowing key made of pure sunshine. "The key isn't no. The key is, yes, I will try. When you use this key, the doors to the fun things open wide. Arguing is like locking the door from the inside." Soren took a deep breath. It felt like the prickly storm in his chest was finally starting to settle. Mrs. Quill handed him a paintbrush. "Shall we paint the dragons you wanted to draw, now that the math stars are finished?" Soren started to say no, out of habit, but then he remembered the golden key. "Yes," he said quietly. "I will try." As Soren painted, something wonderful happened. Because he listened to Mrs. Quill's advice on how to mix the colors, his dragon looked like it was made of real fire and sparkling emeralds. The classroom didn't feel gray anymore. It felt bright and full of magic. He realized that cooperating with his teacher was much faster and much funnier than fighting every step of the way. When he went back to see Mr. Echo, Soren didn't push the puzzle pieces away. When Mr. Echo showed him a new way to breathe when he felt frustrated, Soren followed along and felt his heart slow down. "Look, Mr. Echo, I'm calm like a still lake," he cheered. Mr. Echo gave him a high five. By working together, they finished the puzzle so fast they had time for a second game. At the end of the day, Soren didn't feel like a whirlwind or a storm. He felt like a champion. He waved goodbye to Mrs. Quill and Mr. Echo, feeling light and happy. He learned that his teachers were his teammates, helping him win the day. By choosing respect and listening, Soren had found that school was a place where the sun always shone, even on the rainiest days.